Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. It's your girl Runa. Yes, I'm here. I'm back. Took a little break so I could do all these tutorials for you guys and just like film stuff and just focus on projects, like basically like building stuff. Anyways, who cares on where I've been? Like, you're here, we're gonna get on with the thing. Anyways, today is a very important video because this is a video that's going to help you take your eyeshadow game up like a lot. Everyone is always asking me how I do blending, how I get my eyeshadow to look so flawless. There's a lot of questions. So today I want to do this video only focus on eyeshadow. Like, all we're gonna focus on one eye basically, and we're just gonna work on one eye and basically learn how to do one eye. I thought about doing a do's and don't video, but then those don't help me. I think just showing me how to do it the right way always helps me. So that's why I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do this look by showing them how to do it the right way. I'm going to use the Soft Glam Planet by Anastasia because it's a neutral palette, and this video is for beginners. And if you're a beginner, you're definitely gonna wanna use some neutral colors starting out. And yes, you guys, this will be kind of a makeup for beginners series, and I will basically show you guys a lot of beginner tactics for makeup, and I'm gonna break everything down for you guys. So today we're doing eyeshadow, and if you're somebody who is new to makeup, neutrals are a great way to start off your makeup journey because neutrals are obviously easier to blend, they're easier to wear. I feel like if you're someone who doesn't wear makeup all the time and then you suddenly start wearing makeup, you do get a lot of attention. People do give you, and it can be uncomfortable sometimes. And if you don't do it right and you're not confident in doing it, then you feel like even more uncomfortable. So my biggest tip that I can give you guys with eyeshadow is practice makes perfect. Literally, practice makes perfect. Take your time, practice, basically put the effort in to know how to do the makeup that you want to know how to do, you know? Today I'm going to show you guys a very basic brown smoky eye for beginners. It's very easy. Yes, we're gonna have a bunch of videos like this for beginners. It's a series. It's for all y'all. I will also do another video with colorful eyeshadow for beginners, so stay tuned for that. We got some contouring for beginners. Stay tuned for that. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. If you want to know how to achieve some makeup for beginners, go ahead and subscribe and like this video. Turn on your notifications if you are already subscribed to my channel. And yeah, so let's get started. So when you start off your eyeshadow, you're always going to want to put on a eyeshadow primer, and what eyeshadow primer does is it basically helps eyeshadow grasp on, and it doesn't create any creases from the eyeshadow, because if you have eyeshadow on for a long time and you don't have a good base, then the eyeshadow will crease and it'll just start moving around and going everywhere. So this is basically like a glue for your eyeshadow, and it'll help it not budge. So there's two types of eyeshadow primers. There's a bunch of eyeshadow primers out in the market. In my opinion, I feel like for a beginner, I like the eyeshadow primer potion by Urban Decay, because it goes on pretty thin and it goes on clear, and it's just so foolproof and so easy. The MAC Soft Ochre is also a very popular eyeshadow primer as well, but I feel like this eyeshadow primer is more advanced. It's more for people who are really taking the time to do their makeup, or they really just know what they're doing, because I do think this requires a lot more blending and a lot more setting to get the perfect application. But it is the best one. If you had to ask for the two, I would say this one's better than this one, but I think for a beginner, this is definitely the best one. Or like for your everyday eyeshadow primer, I think this is good. I wouldn't use this for everyday because I feel like it tugs and pulls on your eye a lot. So you don't want to be tugging and pulling on your eyes all the time. So I like to use this. So we're going to just go ahead and go in with the eyeshadow primer. All you're going to do is you just put on enough. So that's pretty much enough. And then you just blend it out with a brush. I usually blend it out with my finger or a brush. It doesn't matter, but your finger just gonna work just as good. I'm just not feeling like getting my fingers dirty right now, but most of the time when I can't find a brush, I will use my fingers. So the key to a good eyeshadow application or eyeshadow look is having the correct brushes. So I want to have the MAC 224 brush. This 224 brush is a great brush for blending, and it's a very classic brush. Everybody on the internet has this brush because it's the greatest blending brush. It's really good for your creases right here, and it'll just make the blending 10 times faster and easier. I think it's because it's a dome shape, and then it has like little bristles on the tip that just nicely keep the shadow in place, and it just brushes it out seamlessly. Start to do a look. I like to go in with a transition color, and it's this orange soda color right here. And this is basically a color that was going to make everything just not look really harsh on your brow bone area, because I don't know if you guys ever seen like when people have like a really strong line right here and it makes the eye look harsh and droop down. That's why you use a transition color, because it's just going to help your eyes look much more wider and airbrushed and prettier and softer. You take that color, and I'm just taking the color orange soda, and you're just going to get enough on your brush, and then you're just going to brush it in circular motion. Do you notice how I'm holding the brush all the way back here? It's because that is loosening the grip. If you go too hard into your shadow, you're going to create a lot of streaks, and you're going to create a lot of lines, and it's going to look really unblended. So you definitely want to make sure you hold your brush all the way from the back, so you're able to get the really good, nice blend. I tend to build this up pretty intense because I like my colors to really show. And I know you guys don't see this on other beauty gurus channels, but it's about like 10 layers. It's a lot. It's not a little bit of shadow. It's basically based on your eye, what looks good to you. You could keep going bolder and bolder. I tend to have a really bold eye, and I see a lot of things in bold colors. Like anything that's bold tends to catch my eyes. Some people like a more softer look, so you can go ahead and do a more softer look as well. So all it is holding it back and then just blending. Sometimes you could even like lift your grip up and just only hold your brush with like 2 fingers and then rest it right here, and then you could just blend it in. That's the key. It's all about just short, good circular strokes to get a nice blend. And then if you notice this area isn't blending too well, you can't see it on camera, but I mean, you would just go over it in circular motions. Okay, so now that I have done a really nice transition color, you can't really tell because orange soda is a really light color. I'm going to go in with a deeper color, and my deeper color is going to be Sienna right here. And I'm also using the 224 brush for Sienna, and I'm just going to basically take Sienna and circular motion apply it mostly on the edges. I won't take it too deep inside of my eyes. And what this is going to do is this is going to add dimension to my eyes. It's going to make my eyes appear much more larger and lifted, especially if you have like droopy eyes or hooded eyes. This is going to be a really good technique for you guys to open up your eyes. And the best thing about doing your eyeshadow, you always want to keep your eyes open, especially if you have hooded eyes. I have hooded eyes, so I keep my eyes open and I look for my crease. So technically, it looks like my crease would be right here, but if you put eyeshadow only right there on hooded eyes, then your eyes are going to look really droopy. So you want to raise the color so it gives the illusion of more space in your eyes. And by doing that, you just keep your eyes open like so. So if you start to see a little bit of harsh lines creating, just go ahead and go over them in a circular motion really lightly, like barely even touching. If you can already see, there's already a really pretty gradient because of using the previous color. And then you can also just pull it out in the direction you need it to go. I like to have a more angled look to my eyes, so I will always pull out the shadows outwards. Some people don't really like that, and they'll just do a rounded look right here, and they'll just round it out right here and maybe like slightly dab it out, but I love it to be elongated, so you're always going to see me pull out my shadow, so make it kind of go into a V. I really like to deepen this area up. You can leave it to whatever preference you have, but I'm really big on deepening this area up and just really giving it a lot of color. Then I like to just kind of brush in the internal just to keep everything nice and blended. See, everything's nice and blended. No harsh lines. It's like one pretty color. I said this would be a nice matte neutral smoky eye, and this is obviously makeup for beginners. I think if you're a beginner to makeup, you definitely want to learn how to blend out your mattes before you go into your shimmers, because mattes are actually more challenging than shimmers. But then shimmers, if you don't apply those rightly, you could actually make your eyes, you could age your eyes really badly. So a good mixture of shimmer and mattes always looks nice, but then you can also achieve just an all matte look. And I think today that's exactly what we're gonna do. So anyways, now that we've basically used one brush, 224 we used burnt orange on the crease, and then we also used sienna on the crease, and we used the burnt orange soda because we wanted to give this nice blended effect. You can see the orange soda up there, and then you use sienna inside the eyes just to deepen up the crease. And then what you do next is you blend all of this out. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this Cypress Umber. So this is a all matte brown shadow, and I'm going to use a flathead brush. This is an oldie brush that I have, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of brushes that you guys can find like this. So this is what you call a shader brush, and it's basically flat, if you can see. It's like flat and pressed and fluffy, and I love to use this to do my lids. So what I'm going to do is take Cypress Umber, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to pop it on my lids. So it's a nice smoky brown eye. And what you want to do when you do this, it will be nice if you just tap it on. And it'll just create it from not being too messy or getting all over the place. Because when you start dragging it on, you can't really control it. So right now you're able to control it. And that's all you're doing. You're just tapping on the dark color onto your lids. And the reason why I am not taking this dark color into my crease is because if you're not aware of how to blend eyeshadow correctly, you can easily give yourself a black eye if you put dark colors into your crease. I will do a video on how to use dark colors for beginners. Just be patient, my friends. I will hook y'all up. And as you can tell, it looks really, really harsh, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go in with your 224 brush that you have gotten, and you just don't put any product on it, and you just lightly just blend it out. So then you just go ahead and keep on stamping it on. You could just build up the color, and as you build up your color, before you go into the next layer, you want to make sure you blend out all of the lines. You never want to build and build and build and then blend, because it's going to be hard for you to blend out the line. So you want to apply, blend, and apply some more color if you want to intensify the color. Okay, so another thing that I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back into sienna, because as you can tell, a little bit of the color has been lost. So you want to go back into sienna and just add that color. And also adding this color is also going to blend out any harsh lines that there is. Guys, that's pretty much it with this eye. It's nicely blended. It's a nice brown, easy, smoky eye. Okay guys, so that's basically it for doing a beginner's look with eyeshadow. This is the complete finished look. It was a very easy eyeshadow look. It's all matte brown eyeshadow, and then a really bling in the middle of your eye right here. You definitely don't need to do this part of your eye, but it's a little extra for you guys if you want to do it. But if you don't want to do it, then you don't got to, and you just keep it simple, very wearable. I went ahead and went with the bold lip. You cannot go with the bold lip, and you can just go in with a nude lip. That'll be great as well. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial, and you could actually follow along to doing this eye look, and it was actually really easy for you guys. I really hope it was simple and easy. But yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notifications, and like this video, and comment down below if you have to. Oh my gosh, why does YouTube make you guys do so much? Like, I have to push this because I want you guys to see my videos. So I got, like, it's ridiculous. Like, let the consumer do what they want. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah!